Hello friends, in this video I'll provide you the solution of NPTEL course Programming in Java by Professor Debashish Samanta, IIT Kharagpur. This is of 12-week course. The programming assignment week 3 contents is available here, and in week 3 5 programming assignments are given. So in this video I will provide you the solution of week 3 programming assignments. The last date of submission is 17th of August 2023. So the first program is related to generation of Fibonacci numbers. Like this is a Fibonacci sequence where 13 is the 8th Fibonacci number. We have to, in this code we have to find out the n is given here, and we have to find out the nth Fibonacci number. This code is already given here, that class Fibonacci is created, and in main the n value is taken from the user, and then it prints the return value of fib function. We have to complete this code fib function. In fib function, if n equal to 1, then return 0, because the first term is 0. So if the n is 1, then return 0. Otherwise, create two variables a and b. This is the first value 0, and this is the second value 1. Use loop to generate the next elements, next values of Fibonacci series, and then return the next value, that is b. So this is the code to generate the nth Fibonacci number. Now click on the compile and run button for the public test cases. The public test case is passed successfully. Now click on the submit button for the private test cases. Now all the three private test cases also passed. So this is the solution of week 3 programming assignment 1. Next is week 3 programming assignment 2. In this assignment we have to define a class point with two fields x and y, each of type double. Also define a method distance point p1 point to p2 to calculate the distance between points p1 and p2 and return the value in double. This code is already given here, that circle class is created here, and that is inherited from point class, and the main function is used here, that created a point object p1, x and y is taken from the user, create a point 2 from the point 2 object p2, the values of x and y is taken from the user, then it creates a new object of circle class, and then call the distance functions. So we have to complete this code, that we have to create a point class, that class point. Then we have to create two double variables x and y to store the x and y coordinates of the point. Next we have to create a method distance that takes two objects of point class p1 and p2. In this method calculate the distance using Euclidean formula, that x1 minus x2 ka whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, and you take the square root of this and then print the distance using that. So this is the code of the point class. Now click on the compile and run for the public test cases. The public test case is passed successfully. Now click on the submit button. The public private test case is also passed. So this is the solution of week 3 programming assignment 2. Now the programming assignment 3. A class shape is defined with two overloading constructor in it. Another class test1 is partially defined, which inherits the class shape. The class test1 should include two overloading constructor as appropriate for some object instantiation shown in man method. You should define the class constructor using the super class constructor. Also override the method calculate in test1 to calculate the volume of shape. This code is already given here, that the shape class is created. The length and breadth are the two variables. This is the parameterized constructor to initialize the shape object, and this is also a parameterized constructor with one parameter. This is of two parameter. This is the method that is used to calculate the area of object. The test1 is created here, that is inherited from shape class. We have to complete this class test1. Create a variable double height that is used to store the height. Now alright, this is the parameterized constructor with three variables: length, breadth and height. Length and breadth is called the superclass constructor for length and breadth, and initialize height with h. Next, override the create a parameterized constructor with two variables, that len and h. Call the superclass constructor with one variable, one argument or one parameter, and then initialize height with h. Now override the calculate function to calculate the area, that is written length into breadth into height. This main function is already given here. So this is the code for the test1 class that is inherited from the shape class. Two parameterized constructors are given here, and the one override method is given here to calculate the area. Now click on the compile and run button for the public test cases. The public test case is passed successfully. Now click on the submit button for private test cases. The private test case is also passed successfully. This is the solution of programming assignment 3. Now the programming assignment 4. This program is to exercise the call of a static and non-static method. A partial code is given defining two methods, namely sum and multiply. You have to call this method to find the sum and product of two numbers. So this code is already given here, that class question scope is created there. Sum method is created here, and a static multiply method is also created here. We have exercise 3-4 classes given here. The n1 and n2 is taken from the user. We have to find out the sum and product. So this is the code. First create a object of the question scope class, then call the sum function, sum method for n1 and n2, and print the sum. And now that multiply is the static method, so we doesn't have to create a object. So directly call the question scope dot multiply and pass n1 and n2. That will return the multiplication of product of n1 and n2, and then print the this. So this is the code that is only required here, that to call this, to find out the sum, call the sum function, and to find out the multiply, and call the multiply function. Now click on compile and run button for the public test cases. The public test case passed successfully. Now click on the submit button for the private test cases. The private test case also passed. So this is the solution of programming assignment 4. Now this next and last programming assignment 5. Complete the code segment to swap two numbers using call by object reference. So this code is already given. The class question is created there. Two values E1 and E2 are taken from the user. We have to complete this exercise 3_5 to write a static method swap, static void swap, and pass the object of question class Q. Use the swapping method, swapping concept here to swap the two values, and then in this code is already given here to print the values of swapped values. So this is the code to swap the two values, or method to swap the two values E1 and E2 of class question. Now click on the compile button And for the public test cases, the public test case passed successfully. Now click on the submit button for the private test cases. Yeah, the private test case is also passed successfully. So this is the solutions of the programming assignments week 3 programming assignments of NPTEL course programming in Java. Please submit it on or before 17th of August 2023. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video so that I can provide you the more solutions of the next assignments. Thank you.